So hello everyone, and so welcome to part two of the series of videos that I started recording today on this topic, understanding brand strategy and marketing communications. And like I had said, this is a prelude to our ongoing or our upcoming course on this exact same topic, coming up on the 25th of September 2025. So let's just get right into it. I've talked about brand strategy. You can check out the earlier video. So now we're going to focus on marketing communications. Just a short recap, and it's a very, very short video. I had talked about the reason why we need to really like think about the brand like a living entity. It has a heart, it has a soul, it has values, character, ethos, personality. All of that needs to be intentionally built. And then, there's the purpose of the brand, there's the promise of the brand, there's the vision of the brand. All of that has to find, some expression, and you have to articulate that, the narrative and all of that. And it seems like a lot of hard work, but it's the kind of work that you only do once. If you can take the time to go through all of that, then it's already set and you're just running going forward. And then before you actually get to the visual identity, how the brand looks, how it feels, and all of that. And of course, I talked about how it helps you guide the right and wrong of things and all of that. And my observation is that most people think of the brand in this space, whereas this is where the magic happens. This is really the essence of the brand. This is, it's just like a human being. If you judge people, they say you don't judge a book by a cover. If you make the mistake of judging a book by a cover, by the time you buy the book, you'll be shocked. It's not exactly, you're looking for a thriller, and what you got was a romance novel. Huh? You understand what I'm saying? You're not going to read it. It's not going to give you what you wanted. So you never judge a book by the cover. So you can't build your brand on externalities alone. In the absence of this, what you have is a shallow brand, no depth. It cannot go deep, it cannot go far, it cannot run anywhere. So if you want to learn more about how to build a brand that has a heart and a soul and a mind that people can relate to and feel this is the kind of brand we'd like to be associated with, join us in class on the 25th of September. Now, we want to talk about understanding marketing communication. Like I said, I have limited time here, so I'm going to try to run through this as fast as possible. Now, what are we looking at here? We're looking at what we call the marketing funnel. Now, there are different versions. You can say I broke this up into three because some people think there are only three steps, and it's really like three steps, but you can break each of the steps into two. So there's the awareness phase, which is at the beginning when you create awareness about a brand, a product, an initiative, an organization, product, service, whatever. I mean, this all, and when we're going through these concepts, don't look at it that it's only commercial corporate sector. It can be business, it can be NGO, it can be political. It doesn't matter. These principles apply. So if it's an event you have, it also applies. If it's an event, you need to create awareness about the event before people begin to consider whether they will attend, before they actually sign up and they actually show up at the event. That's how it works. A campaign, whatever it is. If you do not have this funnel in mind, you will find you will struggle in your communications. The first step, and you can't jump it. You can't jump to conversion and you first have to create awareness. Even for events that are like personal events or whatever they may be, the first thing is to let people know that this is happening. The first thing is to let people know that this is happening, and you then want them to, these are the options, this is the dates, the time, the venue, this is what you're going to get from this session, this is why you should attend. They go through that whole consideration and, okay, do I have the time? What's my schedule like? And of course, you share them all the information. Some people may have inquiries. You also put a number somewhere where if people have questions, they can ask from you. And then to the point where you now actually say, okay, RSVP, if you're really going to attend, let us know. So that's how it is run. This is the marketing form. The same thing for products, the same thing for services, operations, launching a new brand. People cannot be loyal to a brand they do not know. So this is very important. And you see, in our course on September 25, we chose to teach brand strategy with marketing communications because we realized that if you asking people to communicate about a brand or a product that they do not understand the brand strategy is a mismatch. And that's why you find sometimes marketing is going off on a tangent separate from the brand. I mean, I had that challenge when we set up SA&A, where a lot of people that came to do our marketing communication for us, they initially wanted to do the kind of things that they would do for lifestyle brands. I spent a lot of time making them understand that, no, this is a professional brand. We're a thought leadership brand. We're a knowledge brand. We cannot be doing the things that other people do, celebrity lifestyle. It's not in sync. And it was particularly for the younger generation. It took a long time. There was like they just thought I was just being difficult. But over time, it has paid off for us because even without all that jumping on trends and dancing in videos and all of that, we've actually, we've been able to, by to the grace of God, position the brand in the space where it needs to be. And our marketing communications has been able to attract the kind of customers that we're looking for, who are looking for people who are very professional, very business-minded, very corporate. You know, they're dealing with you as though they're dealing with some of the top leading companies in the sector in which you operate. And so that seriousness has to come through in everything that we're doing, because that is our brand. So on a lighter touch, like I as a personal brand may do some of those humorous things from time to time on my personal pages, but not on the corporate pages. Please, do you understand what I'm saying? So that's really the kind of balance we really want to show. So, and I always find this course really interesting, because we sometimes have people on the digital. I mean, we hardly have people straddling too. We usually have people who are strong in brand, but not so strong in marketing comms, or people who are very strong in marketing comms, particularly digital marketing side, and then who are new to brand. So it's an opportunity to integrate. And I recommend this course particularly for people supporting corporate brands and institutional brands, because these are the risk for those brands are very high. Those people have brands that mean something, even if it's a faith-based organization and an NGO. If you're working for an international NGO, they have a brand, they have a reputation to protect, so that you can't just do the kind of things you would do there anywhere. I mean, we've seen cases recently where even in the US and other places, people get fired because of posts on social media. Again, that's people not really understanding that your actions, may reflect poorly on the brand. And the corporate brand, the owners of the brand will not take it kindly. At that point, you cannot now say, oh, it's my personal thing. How much more? And if that happens even in personal spaces, particularly if you're somebody that is identified and associated with the brand, you're a public, you are known publicly as being associated with that brand. How much more when you are actually communicating on behalf of that brand, and then you are saying something that is out of sync with the brand? So anyways, for marketing communications, it's important that you understand this marketing funnel. This is the journey of the buyer, the journey of the investor, the journey of the advocate, the journey of the loyalist, the journey of the observer, anybody that's interested in their brand. There can't be interest before awareness. Awareness comes before interest. Consideration comes before intent and decision, which could be decision to be anything, could be decision to buy, to invest, to whatever. Conversion and purchase. Loyalty comes after all of this. So then, if you are a communication specialist working in this space, what is your job? Your job is to identify, first of all, understand who the target market is, get the data, get the analytics, understand where those audiences are and what kind of messages will resonate with them. First of all, you have to ask yourself, what is the know, what is the feel and the do? All of this will show this in class. What do I need them to know? How do I want them to feel about this brand? And what do I need them to do? This is very important. Now, let's get right into it. We're almost done here. Let's get right into it. So you have to, if you're introducing a new brand or a new product or services, the beginning of your marketing communications is that you have to, the launch messaging. What is your intro story? What is your elevator pitch? What is this brand, or what is this product? What is this service? What is this campaign? What is this event that I'm trying to, create awareness about? What is the problem it's trying to solve? What are you trying to achieve? I mean, we saw a lady in Nigeria make over the weekend, she did the whole, cooking the biggest jollof rice pot. We also, when she launched the awareness around this is what you're going to do, and she was saying she wants to beat the Guinness World Record. So there was a challenge that was put forward, and this is how we're going to do it, which is to break the record, the biggest pot in the world. The value and the benefit, of course, is to promote, first of all, just in terms of the personal brand, and also that achievement of the person has a history also of breaking records. And then, of course, action that was required from everyone was that we should join, we should sign up, follow on the pages. There was a call to action, and also people understood that they needed to be there physically as well. And there were many, in fact, throughout the entire process, there were several points at which videos and communications were given to people to say, there was the awareness communication, then there was now the, okay, it's time to come out. There's now the, you need to, consideration phase. And then finally, we need you on ground. The rice is cooked, come and collect, But the messaging was different. It changed and it evolved over time. So, and I even saw some people saying it was when they saw the third messaging that they actually decided to get up and go. The final appeal that, oh my goodness, we have all this here. The product is finally here. Come over. Some people will have planned to attend from the first time when they saw the awareness. But I did see videos of people saying it was after they saw the third one, which now the message was no longer we are going to. The message is we have now done this, we have cooked it, and it is ready, and there's a shelf time. If you don't come and collect it now, obviously it will be gone. So that moved some people out of the house. And that is how your communications needs to change. You cannot be saying the same thing. In the beginning, you are saying we were going to. By the time you have started doing it, you should not be able to, you have to adapt. And you have to be able to direct it to the people who are likely to now actually get out of their houses and do what you need them to do. So all of your messaging strategy has to follow the direction of these communications. And it's actually a cheat sheet that I'm actually recording this even before the course, because usually this is one of the things that really fascinates people in our course. But every now and then what we do with all of these courses is that we take our little snippets and we throw it out to the public. One, because not everybody can come to class for various reasons, but also because I've learned that no matter what you get from us in YouTube or whatever, it's not like coming into class. It gives different feel completely. So, and in every class, we've covered new case studies. There's the whole interaction with the participants. The content is changing and you're seeing everything. So even if I give snippets upon snippets upon snippets, you will not get the entire connection. It's just not possible. 15 minutes of content cannot be compared with 7 hours of immersion. Neither can it be compared with the 6 weeks that we give on our e-learning platform. So for me, we would always give out these snippets because we know that everything delivers different things and people have different needs. It's like difference between tasting something and then having a meal or having a buffet or having a 3-meal course. It's not the same. You know what? It's food. Food is food, but then it achieves different purposes. So that's that. So for the interest, you can just look at that. You can do explainer content, survey polls, direct emailing, special offers, chats, messaging, and all of that. Consideration, you need to tell and show, personalize the messaging as much as possible, special offers, communication and engagement, reminders, when you get to the intent and decision phase as well, supporting points, third-party endorsement, because at this point, you want the person to convert. So you need to give the kind of information that will make those people convert. Show testimonials, show social proof. Again, using that example of Hilda Bassi and the record, she was actually showing videos of what was going on online. So people know this is not a gig. This is not, we're not just being, this is not whatever. It's real and all of that. So use social proof, amplify credibility, call to action. If you need people to do something, I always say communications for information is different from communications for action. The urgency needs to be there if there's an action. If there's a timeline, there's a window, there are incentives, you need to put that in and humanize the brand as much as possible. So you notice in all of this communication, using that same example of the Guinness World Record that was broken, it was the person breaking the record who was doing all of the communication. She was using her, talking to her audience and speaking with her voice. That's part of the messaging strategy. It cannot carry weight if it was someone else speaking on her behalf. So for conversion, if there's a time limit as well, you issue reminders, you consolidate the messaging that was before, the messaging from the launch. So you see what I mean? The messaging is changing. It's changing and it's narrowing. The funnel starts off very big. So a lot of us heard about the Guinness World Record coming, but only a few of us will go to the site. So as you begin to identify those few, you change the messaging, you customize, you personalize it. If we look at the messaging from phase 3 to phase 1, it should be different. If you're saying the same thing in all of your messaging, then I can assure you you're not converting. And I'm not even surprised that you're not converting. Don't expect to convert with the same messaging, because messaging for awareness and interest is different from consideration, and it is completely different. The messaging that pushes people over has social proof, has urgency around it, has a timeline, has the bet. It's so customized to the need of that person, it pushes them over. And if you don't do that, people will not push over. And then to get people to advocacy, you nurture them through the process. So it's not like saying immediately after this campaign or whatever it is, we do, just throw you away. No, you find a way of making sure that you keep those people as brand loyalists, and they are the people that will eventually, the next time you have a program or a campaign, they'll be like, oh, the last one I attended was really good. You know how that works. So that's really it. So these are the kind of things we're going to be sharing at the session on the 25th of September. Enrollment is ongoing and it's going to end by the 23rd of September. I will encourage you to please enroll from any part of the world where you're in. It's an online Zoom session, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We have comfort breaks in between, case studies, tools, sessions, modules, discussions, sharing personal experiences, concepts, principles, and frameworks, brand strategy, marketing communications, talking about performance measurements for each of these areas to know how well you're doing, measurements for your brand strategy also to know how well you're doing, key performance indicators to keep you on track, and just general knowledge and expertise that enables you to be successful at what you do. I look forward to this session. It's the 4th cohort that we've held since last year. And we'd love to see you in class. Thank you very much and see you then. I hope this has been useful for you.